Thank you, Tyro Brown, for sharing your wonderful perspective. Our next student speaker is Mr. Kenny Xu. Kenny is a writer for The Federalist, specializing on race and identity politics. Kenny is a senior mathematics major at Davidson College. Let's welcome Kenny Xu.
All right, it's kind of cold out here, so let's get this done. My mom and dad always dreamed that one day I'd get to speak at Harvard. I don't think this is really what they meant. I think that they would have preferred that I come and speak maybe about medicine or maybe law, preferably with a big degree next to my name. But let me tell you guys, they didn't care about my education because they wanted status or because they wanted bragging rights about their model son. They cared about my education because they loved me and they wanted the very best for me. That's why when I told them, Mom, Dad, I want to be a writer. And when I told them and when I showed them my talent, they said to me, Kenny, I believe in you. And they told me I could do it. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I spent the majority of 2018 researching and publishing articles and videos about the Asian American experience on national publications like The Federalist and The Daily Signal. I encourage you to check them out. Opportunity after opportunity came, and I took them. And now, I'm in front of an amazing audience. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who lends their support to this movement. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to focus on this word that I mentioned here that has defined so much of my life. This word is opportunity. Like many immigrant families, my mom and dad came to these American shores in search of opportunity. And I think that we can all agree that nowhere is opportunity greater than in a great education. I think this is why we care so much about what's happening here at Harvard today. Because the higher education world takes its cues from Harvard. If Harvard says something is acceptable, people listen, even if that something is discrimination. When I started writing about the Asian American lawsuit against Harvard for illegal and discriminatory racial balancing practices, I did not realize how pervasive these practices have become across the nation. In my articles for the Daily Signal and the Federalist, I just kept unearthing more and more places where schools and institutions are saying to their public, there are just too many Asians. Guys, Harvard's game has metastasized across the nation. It's not just in here. It's not just in Harvard. It's in New York City, where Mayor Bill de Blasio is trying to crack down on Asian American admissions to his specialized schools. It's in Montgomery County, Maryland, where the Montgomery County Public School Board is just instituted a program that will cut the number of Asian Americans in their schools by half. Shameful, exactly. Shameful. Thank you. So many of us, we look at these stories and we say, well, how sad. So many of us hear from Harvard that Harvard rates our personalities as the worst of all the races. Me, bad personality, really? So many of us hear that and we hang our heads and we say, well, there's nothing we can do about it. And yes, that would be the comfortable thing to say. So let me put it this way to y'all. We have a choice. We can accept our fate, or we can exercise our solemn right as Americans to assemble, to congregate, and to speak out. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not here to file a lawsuit. Our legacy to our children and to ourselves does not rest on a court decision. And I believe that Mr. Ed Bloom, who graciously invited me here, would agree. No. Our legacy rests on what we do here from this very spot at Harvard Square. You see, it means mobilizing to our own communities, informing them of why we stand up to Harvard, because we believe that every man and woman in America, no matter their race, has a constitutional right, a right enshrined by our founding fathers to equal treatment under the law. Do you believe that? You better believe it, because it means reaching out to people of other races and convincing people of other races, white, black, Hispanic, Asian American, convincing them of why having an admissions process based on merit is better for them, better for everyone, than one predicated on false and exclusive notions of so-called diversity. Guys, it means starting local organizations, holding our own colleges and our school boards in our counties, everywhere, San Francisco, Boston, Massachusetts, Richmond, Virginia, accountable to provide a fair and unbiased system for everyone. Guys, when I wrote for the Daily Signal, I met a group of Asian American activists who organized themselves into a grassroots organization called the Association for Education Fairness. And those people that I met, many of them were immigrants by blood. My friends, all of them are Americans by heart. Many of them are parents who put their entire lives into their children's success because they love them. And these are the parents who are told point blank by Harvard University that their children's success is worth less than the children of others. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not about getting into college. This is about something much bigger. This is why the nation is watching us today, because they understand that the future of civil rights as practiced here in America is at stake. We have a chance. We have a chance to set an example, a guiding light for the rest of the nation to follow. I believe that we have reached a turning point in Asian American activism. No longer will we fall prey to those who want to silence us. Let us extend our voices across the nation and show the world that Harvard is just the beginning. This is our chance to lead. And This is our chance to lead, and I suggest we take it. Thank you.